Good morning. It is Saturday, January 3rd. We're having rain instead of snow, which is really annoying. This is what it looks like in the west. This is where the weather is coming from. And this is the sky right above me, actually. Super blue. And this is Max. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm so thankful for all of you for being here. I hope 2026 is going to be a year where you find beauty in the small things, where you keep on trucking and do not lose hope. My friend Brandy often says, hope is not found, hope is made, something like that. And hope is a practice. That is what she says. And I truly believe that that is true. Truly believe that that is true. What a perfect sentence. Now I have thought of bringing my camera with me. I actually put it next to me when I put on my shoes, but I guess it's still at home. Oh my God, let me turn the camera just slightly over here so you can see the clouds. Wow. This is definitely something that I love experiencing. Brings me so much joy, so much hope. My heart gets light when I see these types of clouds, the sky like this. I hope you have things in your life that you can look at, that you can refer to, that restore your soul at the end of the day. So today I would like to test out a new stamp pad that I purchased. I still have to look for an instruction because I feel like everything is written in Japanese and I do not understand Japanese, neither written nor spoken. I also would like to open up a package. The packaging is so nice. I bought a small stationery haul from PaperTreats before Christmas, and I opened it, took it out of the package, but the actual packaging is still there. And it's so pretty that I didn't do anything with it yet. And I would like to crack into my new journal for 2026. It started this week. So maybe we can combine those two things. This is the beauty of nature. Just so pretty. And there goes Max. He's up there. Okay, I just needed to turn around and there it was. A rainbow. See, that's the reason why I get out anyway, even if I don't want to. And in recent weeks, it has been dragging myself out here, but I am so happy that I'm doing it because of this. You might be hearing some background noise. That is because I am making my kids clean while I'm filming this video. So 3 things I want to do. I mentioned it earlier in the video. I would like to try out this stamp pad. This is the Ukidel by Shachi Hata. This says Shachi Euro, but there is Shachi Hata on the back. This is a resist ink pad, so you stamp and the white image is what you stamp, and then you color it over you can use water-based ink and dye ink, and then you're able to see the image come to life. Now, I looked at the instructions and it seems to be quite an involved process. So that is what we're going to start with. However, while I'm waiting for all the different steps to happen, I think I want to do the other things while I'm working on those. This is my journal, the Hours Research Journal for 2026. I've already added some things to the pages, nothing in the monthlies. I don't even know if I'm going to use these yet. Whenever I find a good use for them, I will. If I don't, I'm not mad at not using them. Maybe I'll stick Access sticker or stuff in here. Then I stuck down this card from my Extravagant Hope kit. And then I also started this with you in my last or one of the previous videos, because I thought if I am going in already having something on the page, it's easier to get over that barrier of entry. I have written down some notes, which I can't, oh yeah, right here. Here's stuff that happened this week that I would like to put in here. And I have received this order from PaperTreats almost 2 weeks ago now, and I have not dug into this because I love how it's packaged, and there's a huge barrier to entry. I love that word. And so I thought maybe if we do this together, I can take it all out. We can share in the joy of the packaging together. And then it's okay for me if I just put it away in a more, not this amazing thing. It's just, wow. Mai from PaperTreats always does such an amazing job. There's so many things in there that I did not order. There are some that I did. And so because I might want to use some of it in my journal, we could do, you know, the journaling process could be as I'm unboxing. And then I also printed out the new Cat Collage Club stickers for January 2026. I just print the PDF. I put them all in one document, so there are 4 pages, and then I print them 2 pages on one, which gives me the right size of sticker for my uses. And the reason why I put this out is because my husband and my son, I need to insert a photo here. We transformed our formal dining room into a gear room, and it's so awesome. Previously, it was my studio. I moved from there, and then it was empty for a while. We didn't really know what we wanted to do, maybe another area to sit, but nothing really inspired us until we thought, you know, our garage is super full. There's stuff in there that shouldn't be in the garage. Let's make this a gear room. It feels kind of weird to transform a formal dining room into a gear room, but I got home, like, it's completely finished now. Well, maybe not, but the basic structure and the way it's supposed to be set up is finished. We just want to put a little like sitting place where you can put on your off or on your shoes and stuff, which we don't have yet. But I got home from my walk with Max and I walked in the door, and the first thing you see is that gear room, and it looks really inviting. It looks like it belongs there. It feels right. And so we don't care about what we should and shouldn't do. But they took took away trash. They did all of that. And I thought this could be something. They bought boxes. This could be something that I could use for my journal. Yeah, so let's put this aside for a moment. I also pulled out different types of papers. I thought I had some Tomoe River paper as well. I need to grab that. This is MD paper. This is just some paper from Daiso, and I think it is close to the Kokuyo notebooks that you can buy, the small ones that look like school notebooks. This is Tsubame note paper. And then this is the stamp pad that I'm going to work on that first, and then I'll be going and waiting for this stamp pad to get activated. And yeah, so there. So now, I could not figure out, I found two different instructions, one on paper plus cloth, I think, from Canada, and the other one from Wanderlust by TSL. And then I remembered that I can use my photo, take a photo of the instructions in here and have it translate. And so this is a cleaning solution that you use to clean the stamps after you use them. And it says to put a little bit of solution onto a paper towel or something, and then clean off your stamps. And then after you clean off your stamps with this solution, also use water. So I wet this down. And then this is actually the stamping solution, and you're supposed to use this for the first wetting of the stamp pad. This is what it looks like. It's dry. There you can see there's nothing on here if I touch my finger on there. And to put ink in here, then put this in here. And then I don't know if you're supposed to let this sit for 10 minutes until it's completely soaked in. And then when you're stamped, you should also let it dry for 10 minutes. So we're already at 20 minutes there. So I thought we can just do it as we go. I don't know how much. Okay, that was awesome. How much we should put in here. It looks like white glue, actually. Like, you know, wooden glue, wood glue that you would use. Why does this not close properly? So then I'm gonna just, what I like about this is that you have, this is really nice for your fingers to hold it. Is this enough? Huh. How do we know? Does it say? Well, there is the instructions, and it's the stuff, the part that I translated to English was quite easy to understand. So I'm just going to add a little more, and then we're calling it done. It also smells kind of like okay. I think I'm gonna leave this closed like that for now. Put this to the side. And when you're, this is the first inking of the stamp pad. When you're doing it again, it says to just apply this right onto the surface of the stamp. I'm gonna put this to the side. Let me set a timer for 10. No, that's alarms. This always happens to me. There we go. 10. And then we know when we can continue. Let me grab the paper. So I grabbed the paper, I put the stuff to the side. Here is the stamp pad. The timer is 9:30. We have this. Usually I cut these down, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to put this to the side, and then we're going to open this and just stick it in and use the stuff right away. Now these were actually in here. I'm going to show this to you. This is just like, this is superior packaging. Look at this. Like, wow. So these, I did not look at the size of the stamps, because I think if I had actually realized how tiny they are, I probably wouldn't have purchased it. So this is a dog. I think we could just use them as well with that stamp pad. And then maybe the thing is bigger, you know, the surface to stick it down. This one is a tent. I loved this. And these are by Rira, yeah, I don't know, Rira, maybe? And the shop that I'm talking about is PaperTreats. If you haven't purchased from them, you should. It's always it's an experience. And then this is a planner or notebook with a pen next to it. Thought that was cool too. So I am going to open my notebook right away, and as I said, I don't have a use for this just yet. So what I am going to do is just sticker the heck out of it. And if I find a use for this at some point, I will change it. And then we can just, I also feel like from PaperTreats, I don't know how big her customer base is, but I feel like this is customized to me. Like, maybe everyone gets this one, but why a Max? A dog in here? This is a December thing. Maybe I should put this into my old journal. That was stamped and included. Here is a sticker, keep frozen. Some of these, like there's a lot of this type of stuff and I never know what to do with it. So sticking that in here would be cool. I haven't used this once this year. Let me grab it. This is my box of all the excess stuff that I would love to put into this junk journal at one point. It's not finished yet, but it's very close to finished. And I just recently received, well, maybe not all the way finished, but very close. I just recently received a new one in the ink mess swap. And I thought, you know what, let me just use this after I'm done with this. I can just fill in this one and then I have more of this. But stuff like this, I will usually throw in here and just stick it in. But my plan for this year, 2026, is not to purchase too much. So in theory, I could technically use the monthly pages for that. I don't know. I'm like really, maybe I should just do it. And if it's too much, or if I just decide that this is not what I'm going to do, then I'll just stop. We don't impose rules on ourselves, remember? I'm also like, just how weird are we? Am I? Let's just talk about myself. And if you see yourself in it, leave a puppy emoji down in the comments below. I cannot stick a 12/25 dated paper into my 2026 planner. That just isn't how this works. Yep. but it is. I am deciding that this is how this works exactly. And instead of keeping it all pristine and keeping them all and not using them, I am just going ham. Now, I don't know if I'm going to stick this down yet. I might just add this to my, I don't think I want this in here. It looks fun though, but I think I'm gonna keep this for a little while and put it in my ephemera. This I will put into my December journal. So hopefully I'll remember. Look at how the washi tape is packaged, man. So I think what I'm going to do is just fold this flat so I can reuse it for something else. I just needed to get this. Look at the cats, man. Such beautiful cats. Need scissors. They are right here. So this is 7 meters. This one is only 5. Go. Can I remove this? Yes. Oh man. Why can they just not make these types of labels so that they're easily removable from the packaging? Because ephemera, friends, ephemera. And now it doesn't look nice anymore. I hate when this happens. Okay. And yes, I could put this over here, but I really want to fill my page for the first week of January. I'm going to cut this off right here. And then I'll just maybe 3. 3 sounds good. And just stick it right here. And then I have this one, and this is, so I have cat washi, and here is, this is by Makoto Matsubayashi, and I loved, when I saw this, I knew I had to have it. Is this coming off? Yeah, it is. No! You know what? No. 10 minutes are over. So let me put this, show you this one. It's a dog that pees, that just walks, that has his tongue out, and that poops. Like, how could I not get this? Should I put it over here? Or maybe here. I have no idea how I'm going to lay out these pages, which I'm actually really excited about, because I think this is part of what I need, is a little bit of a different challenge, not completely different. I'm not going all the way up to 2 pages per week as I did with last year, and not necessarily failed, but noticed how much time the journaling would take up in my life. in order to keep up with what I was doing. And so I decided that I wasn't willing to give up other things that I was working on. I'm pulling out this because I feel like it might be too soft to stamp. So what I want to do is stamp all of those 5 ink stamps on here. I have not put any of the cleaning solution there, and I think what I'm doing is I'm going to stamp all of these onto the different papers. This feels sturdy enough. Yeah, this one doesn't. Okay, onto the different papers. And then when I'm done stamping, I will clean them all in one go. So let's see. Let's use the small ones first. I can see some white on here. Can you too? So now the question is, can I stamp again, or do I have to refresh the ink on here every time? The problem is that I don't really see where I stamped. So how am I going to be able to... I should have cut pieces. So this is done. Let's not do... Oh, well, I really want all of them. Okay, I'm going to go over here. And then I'm going to go over here. You can't really see. It's not that important. We will see how that is going to work out. Let's put it here. There is one stamp that already has... okay, this is done. And then the notebook. Okay, this is going to be tough. I can see the dog on the cream paper. Notebook. But these ones here, this one is super hard to see. Okay, and then here. And then what I will do, so what I was going to say, this one still has black ink on it that didn't come off, and I wonder what it looks like when I'm putting ink on this with not coming off, doesn't seem to come off. So I'm going to stamp this right here. Okay, there is some black coming off. And then I'm going to stamp this right down here. Same over here. So obviously, as you can see, it needs to be cleaner than this. I hope I didn't stamp here before. And then this last one goes down here. And then I'll put them, this one right next to it. However, I also have, this is also a little black. Okay, we stamped. Now we need to clean. Well, I need to do that. Paper towel. Okay, I hope this is enough. Yep, the white stuff is gone. White stuff is gone. Well, no, not from this crevasse. And the interesting thing is it's orange. But it also cleans off the black ink that was still stuck on the ink. So probably what I want to do next time before I use a stamp that has been stained is probably to clean the ink, the stamp before I'm using it with the white. Wow, look at this. I wonder if the other stamp cleaners that are available online would do the same trick and would clean this as well, because this is not a lot of stamp cleaner, but also how often will you do this though? I can see myself doing this for maybe some, okay, I think I would call this clean. If I want to include it in Happy Mail, or for these little ones to make them a little bigger. Okay, so now I'm going to set another timer. It's the bottom one right here, 10, to let these dry. And then we have to figure out where exactly we stamped in the first place. Well, this one didn't work that well because it's so dark black, but I can, oh look, if I hold it like this, I can see the girl, and I can also see the dog right here, the notebook right here, and the tent right there. So 10 minutes starting now. And then I thought we could use Tombow markers, and here's the water-based stamp cleaner, and ink, obviously, to go on top of this and see how it works. Okay. Yeah, but what I was going to say is, if I were to use this, I would probably, similar to when I cut stickers or stuff, I would probably pull out papers like I did here, and then stamp different images and color them, and then cut them out and have them ready, especially now that I'm not able to use inks in my journal. Which is another thing. I have not thought about how to actually, what pens I want to use in here. This is an exciting week, friends. Okay, so what else? Oops, this is coming apart, but again, this is good. This, everything is packaged so nicely and separately. This I bought. This is sticker flakes that are hiking related. Oh, and I have this on my finger, and it looks like glue. So we have, let's pull them out, because if I keep them in here, I am not going to use them. And I am also someone who, especially when there's flake stickers and you get 5 of each variation, I try to pass them along to friends. Over here, this is super cute, but I am actually just going, I need to make sure that I'm not getting into one of those hoarding situations. This is good for decoration. Keep it here. This is a beaver with a coffee cup. As I want to continue going hiking and backpacking in 2026, I feel like this could come in quite handy for me. And also I pulled out, I was super scared. So when I went on my backpacking trip in October, outdoor weekend, go camping, Rocky Mountain National Park, a log with an arrow, a car, trees, enjoy camping, another bunting, a tent, a label with something. a moose or an elk, a bear that says something, pan with egg, campfire with marshmallows. Yeah, this looks like I can use it. And it's wow, I'm impressed because each sticker is an individual sticker. There's only one included, which I actually really love. Yes, so I actually took my camera with me and filmed the hike. And when I got home, I felt overwhelmed by the idea that I would want to make a video out of this. I could not imagine this being cohesive. I was scared to look at it. And so this weekend, I finally moved it over to my computer, put it in iMovie, and just put the clips next to each other. And man, now the only thing I have to do, and that's something that I don't know if I want to approach it just free form-ish or write it out, but I feel like if I write it out, it feels too stocky, like wooden. And I just think, look at this. This is Karel Kapek. I don't know how to pronounce this in Czech. This is shortcake tea. I looked online because I drank girl's tea, I believe, from him. How easily they would be accessible? Zero accessibility here. And these are these tiny, they look like price tags. And then there's strawberry, there's tea, there's caramel, all freebies. I can't wait to drink this tea. And then this is some sort of, looks like a caramelly type of thing. And then this I'm going to stick down right out here. But yeah, it's cohesive enough to just voice it over. And if I'm not scared and I don't really need a script, I want to put down some talking points that I want to make sure that I actually address. But I'm not sure if, I think it's doable and actually watchable, which I'm so surprised. This one I saw, and if you don't follow Bookish Artist Mandy on YouTube, you should. But I thought of her, and I will be just sending this on to her in this beautiful strawberry thing. It just reminded me of her solo RPGs and the stuff that she draws, and so I just got it. And then, is this all freebie stuff? I don't know if I ordered this. I definitely didn't order this. This is the, what are they called? The cats at the Dodgers Stadium. So I'm going to put this to the side because I want to continue showing you what else. So I'm pulling it out of this. Nothing is in here anymore because we're already so far in. This is some awesome paper. Oh, I love this. You could technically use this to cover these insides of the binding, you know, but I don't want to do this just now or add it to a junk journal that you're making. I'm gonna put this somewhere over here. No, I have a junk journal stack. I sorted through my stuff the other day, so maybe the journaling aspect is not going to be it today because we're so far behind already. So then I ordered some postcards because I want to keep on sending postcards this year. This is Grimm's Fairy Tale by Shinji Kato. This is super thin. I don't know how to, if I would be able to if this would survive the mail. This is basically just printed on thicker paper. Okay, I don't know how much this was, but this is kind of not really worth. It doesn't say. Here's my packing list. Like, yes, I love the artwork and I really like it, but this is too thin to be sent through the mail. And I would assume, oh, same with this one. Also by Shinzi Kato. This one is really lovely though. But I guess this is more stuff that you should put into your journal. This one is thicker and I like this one for sure. This is also super hard to put into send through the mail. Timer. I really love this one. And then let's see what other, there's one more postcard, I believe. This one is cool. This one I will definitely ship out. And then maybe I'll just put the other postcards into envelopes. And then I have these two. Guten Tag, Prost, Grüß Gott. I loved this one when I saw it. Yu Takahashi, German dogs. And this is no life, no coffee, no life. Also, no, this is Tokyo Nesu Tsubame Books. Illustration Nobuo Kusunoki. Oh, did you see the coffee beans for the place where the postcard stamp goes? I love this. Yeah, so I'm really excited to send these postcards. What else is there? So I have a lot of paper packaging and postcards that I will put to the side because I'm not going to use them right now. And then this is, oh my God. Wow. Wow. I guess I'm going to put this into my, I'm going to put this here and then put this in maybe here, or maybe I'll just stick it into my journal like that and then put this right here. Yeah, maybe. This goes into my junk journal. I'm super inspired to go in there. Yeah, so the expression tape, it's by 4 legs, and that's one of those cats that are here. Then I got the dog stroll washi tape, the story vinyl sticker, the embellishment flake stickers, the stamps, the aquarium postcard, Red Riding Hood fairy tale, the Magic Lantern Museum, the restaurant of many orders, and then the invitation to the land of cats, the black one, no coffee, no life postcard, and then the Dachshund postcard. Okay, this I'm gonna stick in before I change my mind. Okay, I guess there's more. And then this is all freebies. What is this? Did I order this? Nope. Also no. This is note paper. I love this. So cool. And this is a guest check. And the paper feels so nice. And this, you know, I'm just gonna go for it. No, this is going into my junk journal. No. The problem with these stickers is that I don't even know if it goes this way or that way. So, oh my God, look at this. This is Mai from PaperTreats. Her. So I guess I'm not journaling about my week. Should I film it and share it at a later date? Would you want to see me cracking into this and trying out how that works for me? My favorite things. I love this. This is going into my junk journal. Oh my God, have you seen these? You fold them in half and then you have this. And then this is some pretty paper and a postcard, an empty one that I could use for something. Totally will. An envelope, which I love. Another postcard. Spezialität des Monats, Vollkorn. Schmackhaftes Weißbrot mit Sonnenblumenkernen. You should eat schmackhaftes Weißbrot mit Sonnenblumenkernen. This is white bread, so kind of like white sourdough bread with sunflower seeds. Kürbis, Brezel. Oh my gosh, I love this. I wonder if this artist lives in Germany or has been there for a long time. This is Bio-Vollkornbrot. Roggenbrot. Bio-Vollkornbrot means it's bio, full corn bread, Vollkornbrot. Multigrain, but it's not fluffy. It's like hearty to eat. Love it. And then this is from Four Legs and note paper. This is so cute as well. A leaf. Another sticker with my and the Four Legs cats. And I think this is what else is going in here. However, shouldn't have peeled off the sticker before I did. And then I'm gonna call this done. So then, because my timer went off, we can pull out the paper and do the checking things. What do you think? But I would highly encourage you to stick stuff down and use it instead of hoarding it, just like I'm trying to show you here. Oh no, you know what I'm going to do? Smart. I should have thought of this before. And then I can slowly make it. Maybe I wasn't as smart. I'm so scared that I'm gonna rip it. There we go. Okay, let's continue. Oh, you know, my video, it was about that unboxing, and then I took like 15 minutes to cut out a sticker, but that's totally normal. What we all do for our stationery addictions. So there we go. I don't like it here though. Ugh, I don't like going over the fold, but I think it's better here. Let me this is a Japanese stamp. Let me just put that down here. Okay. And then here is more note paper that is wooden. I like that. I really want to use more stuff like this in my notebook, and if it is fountain pen friendly, it could actually be used here. So let me move stuff aside. And what I love about her packaging is that you could use all of this in your journals. All of this could be used. So I'm going to move this to the side somewhere. Where though? Do you hear my chair? I have more of that stuff right here. So, okay, this is to the side. Then I'm going to pull out the papers and put away the trash that I created right away. So I want to use Tombow markers. There's a gray one, magenta. I have this. This is not Tombow, but this is Artist Loft. I think this is enough, right? Yeah. Oh, what if we tried one of those Shikiori pens? So I have this one. Maybe I want a different color though. Let me grab it. What is the colors? I want this purple one. I don't even know if they still work. And then maybe this blue one. So that's the ones here. And then I want to bring out some ink. Do I want my brush? I think I do. Where did I put it though? Right here. And then ink. What inks are we going to use? How about Pannonia Danuvius? And then maybe a more colorful. Oh, I do have one right here. This is Birmingham Pen Co. Sterling Ink. What? Birmingham Pen Co. What did I say? Birmingham Pen Co. I was confused by this. This is writing ink Electron. This is a sheening ink, very heavy application. This is light ink. I think we're good here. Let me bring the water over and then we can start. So what do we want to do first? They say to take away that, but how would I do that? Is there like, what would I use for that to remove, to make this wider? No, I can't. I cannot take this away. So this is how it looks with this marker. Then let's just use this marker over here. Unfortunately, because this was black, it kind of defeats the purpose, in my opinion. How easy is it to see with this light? Not as easy. So let's do different surfaces with this ink, because if I'm already having this ink on my paintbrush, then I would like to go everywhere with it. So here, let's just go over this. Wow. I need water first because the paintbrush is so dry. Okay. That's why I pulled from my play ink stash. So it definitely works much better with the resist, with the ink, I feel. What else? Let's use the girl down here. So I pulled from my play ink stash that I could actually just go into this with my paintbrush without overthinking it. This is not ink that I want to use other than with my paintbrush in the future. Then let's do this one down here. So it did not imprint a lot of the fine lines over here. And then let's do the dog over here. Where did I see the dog just now? Right up here. It worked really well with Tomoe River paper, the Tsubame note as well. I don't think it worked really great with this paper, but you can still see how it falls apart into its different elements. So I guess what I'm going to do is then use the Shachihata pen on all of these as well, just to make sure that I'm using it on different places. So definitely darker colors work better with bigger images, I feel. So then what else? What did we do? We can use the tent Where's the tent though? Oh, right here, I believe. I don't know. Yep. And then I guess, what else is there? Oh, right. Yeah, the notebook is right here. I feel like I need one more thing to try because I have 5 stamps. Then let's use this on the notebook over here. It's right here. And then we already used this one. So then maybe the girl over here. And then maybe we use the notebook is right here. Where's the dog? Huh. Oh, it's right here. I'm so not stupid at all. So I guess we are using the notebook again. Okay, so this is used. Let's use electron on one. Maybe we just use a different kind of fountain pen ink. What if we use a shimmer ink for the last one? Let's do that. Okay, so what else is left? The notebook. Is there too much dye on there, or is this just not imprinted well? Huh, interesting. Let's try on a different paper. The dog. Huh. I am. This is interesting to see. So let's try the stamp here. So maybe this ink has too much dye in it. It's not pigment ink. It says that it doesn't work with pigment ink. And what else? It says something else. Oh my God, I almost tipped over. There's the tent is right here. Right here. Huh. Wow. Okay. So this might be too concentrated. I have no explanation why this ink did not work as well as the others, but it had problems on all of the papers. No matter what, it had problems to work on all 5 different stamps, even though I don't think that I would be able to mess each one of them up. Like, yes, maybe I didn't stamp it nicely on one paper, but stamping it wrong or not precisely enough on all of the papers feels like a little much to me. So I'm gonna pull out an ink that has shimmer. Now, is this one with shimmer? No. This is Vinta Ibit. I think this one has shimmer. Tandikan. Yeah. Oh, this is Soda Light Kislap. This has a lot of shimmer. And it's a light ink, so we can see what the shimmer does compared to what, but it still being a light ink is good. Look at the shimmer in here. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, you cannot. Good that we do this last, because what the hecky? Where's the dog? Right here. Maybe it's too much. Should I use less? Okay, I took off some of this What if I go over this and take off some? Okay, so maybe too much is too much. Let's get over here. Oh, I really like how this is turning out. This looks nice. So I think less ink on the paintbrush would be a good idea. And then where's the last one? What is it? It's the dog over here. So we have two dogs, right? Yeah. And maybe even starting further away so that you're not coming in full force. And this one also. But again, who knows what I stamped. So what do we think? How do we like this? Is this something that we want to do a lot? I thought it would be fun, maybe even if I, make some swatch cards by myself and send them to a friend. That would be something that I could use. I just felt if I wanted to do that sort of thing, not something that I want to incorporate into my journals all the time. And to be honest, I feel almost like the Tomoe River paper worked amazing. Look at this. So let's go through. I don't know about this sheening ink, but it didn't seem to work on any of the papers well. It covered the notebook, covered the dog. Not all of them are dry yet, so it's a little harder to put them together. This one is okay. This one turned out okay. This one, the brush pens from Sailor, the Shikiori brush pen, it's dark, but it looks really nice on all the papers here. Like the images look, I can recognize what I stamped here, 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 and here. I don't know what is wrong with this one, but this did not stamp. The only one where I would say it's easy and recognizable is here. This is okay, but not perfect. The same with the other brush pen that I used. It almost is too light, but it is recognizable on all the papers except for this specific stamp right here. Then the, what is this again? Danuvius from Pannonia. This is a light chromo shading ink. Worked okay here, not perfect. It looks really nice on here. The problem also is that you can't really check your stamp quality, like how well did I stamp before I put it down. I really love how the Danuvius performed here. This is something that I'm gonna keep and cut out and use in my journal. And then this is the Danuvius here. And then lastly, the shimmer ink. Yeah, it looks like maybe also one of those tricks is to start a little further away from the image that you want to color in, so that especially when you're using a paintbrush, that you have a good amount of color on your brush, but not so much that you're going to overwhelm the stamped image. Yeah, okay, nice. I can work with this. I really like it. I think it's very involved for sure, especially with waiting all the time, but it's something that I will definitely enjoy doing several times next year. Let's see how many times I'm going to do it. Now, what I didn't check actually, and what would be another interesting experiment to do, is if I were to make swatch cards for someone, I would probably use different type of paper. This is very slick paper. Most of this paper is probably coated, and so it doesn't have many grooves in there. So how does the ink from the stamp pad, stick on groovy paper. Let me see if I can find one, because that is something that I want to do. And maybe I'll just show you the pictures and the results later. You know what? On second thought, that means I have to clean my stamps again. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try this at some point, but I'm not going to try it today. So sorry. Change of heart. Thank you so much for watching. I will journal this weekend, and I will film along and share a video on my channel just for the journaling portion, because I feel like this is too long. If you haven't ordered from PaperTreats yet, check out their website. It's really lovely. She has some stuff that I have not seen in many places before. There was another washi tape that was unfortunately sold out, but I wanted to order it for my friend Manda. It was an Anne of Green Gables washi tape. And she just recently finished transcribing Anne of Green Gables, and so I thought that would be so cool if I was able to snag it, but I hesitated too long and it was gone. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. Happy New Year, happy 2026. I can't wait to see what 2026 will bring to each one of us. Let's stick together. Let's call our reps. Let's tell everyone that we're not okay with how things are going in the United States. And yeah, I will see you again next time. Until then, bye.